Great villains aren't born from pure evil, but from complex motivations, deep emotional landscapes, and believable worldviews. Silco from Arcane serves as a perfect case study in creating a multi-dimensional antagonist that transcends traditional villain archetypes. In this video, I'm going to be using the 3-act structure to dissect and illuminate Silco's entire character journey, just to exhibit that this storytelling principle isn't just an academic exercise, but a powerful tool for understanding character development. What makes a villain truly unforgettable? Beyond the typical mustache-twirling antagonist lies a character who challenges everything we understand about morality. Enter Silco from Arcane, a villain so complex, he'll revolutionize how you approach character creation in your storytelling. Today, we're diving deep into the anatomy of a perfect antagonist, breaking down how Silco transforms from a simple villain into a nuanced character. Great villains aren't born, they're crafted. Just like a complex machine, they require intricate design, multiple moving parts, and a purpose that extends far beyond simple destruction. In the world of storytelling, a truly memorable antagonist does more than oppose the protagonist. They challenge the audience's moral compass, revealing uncomfortable truths about motivation, survival, and the thin line between heroism and villainy. Silco from Arcane isn't just a villain, he's a masterclass in character development, a walking, talking case study of how to create an antagonist that feels more human than monster. We'll start with Silco's motivation, beyond simple evil. Act 1. The foundational belief. At the core of every great villain lies a motivation that feels almost noble. For Silco, this motivation is the liberation of Zaun, a city perpetually crushed under Piltover's boot. He doesn't see himself as a criminal, but as a revolutionary fighting for his people's freedom. This is your first lesson in villain creation. Give your antagonist a belief system that could be heroic from another perspective. Silco isn't fighting for power. He's fighting for an entire community's right to exist. Act 2. The philosophical transformation. As Silco's journey progresses, we see how a noble motivation can twist into something darker. His fight for Zaun's independence becomes a ruthless campaign that consumes everything in its path. But here's the brilliant part. His core belief never changes. Only his methods evolve. For writers, this is crucial. A great villain's fundamental motivation remains consistent, even as their approach becomes more extreme. Act 3. The philosophical pinnacle. By the story's end, Silco has become something extraordinary. A villain who loves, who believes, who is capable of genuine emotion. His philosophical journey reaches its peak when he chooses Jinx over his lifelong dream of Zaun's independence. This is character complexity at its finest, a villain who can simultaneously be ruthless and tender, strategic and emotional. As Kurt Vonnegut said, every character should want something, even if it's only a glass of water. For Silco, that something is far more complex than a simple glass of water. Emotional complexity. The Silco-Jinx relationship. Silco's relationship with Jinx isn't just a subplot. It's the emotional core that transforms him from a two-dimensional villain into a truly unforgettable character. Act 1. The initial rejection. Initially, Silco sees Jinx as a tool, a potential weapon in his quest for Zaun's liberation. But something remarkable happens. he begins to see her as more than just a means to an end. Act 2. Transformation of love. Gradually, Silco's relationship with Jinx becomes genuinely paternal. He accepts her completely, her trauma, her destruction, her complexity. This isn't just manipulation, it's a form of love that is messy, imperfect, and ultimately profound. Act 3. The ultimate sacrifice. In a stunning character arc, Silco ultimately chooses Jinx over his lifelong dream of Zaun's independence. This moment reveals the true depth of his character, a villain capable of genuine, transformative love. Practical tips for creating a complex villain. So, how can writers apply these lessons to create their own characters? Number 1. Start with a belief, not a behavior. Your villain's motivations should feel logical from their perspective. Create a backstory that explains, not excuses, their worldview. Number 2. Embrace emotional complexity. Great villains have the capacity for love, fear, and genuine emotion. Show moments of vulnerability alongside moments of strength. Number 3. Consistency is key. A villain's core beliefs should remain consistent even as their methods change. Allow their philosophy to evolve, but not completely transform. Number 4. Create meaningful relationships. A villain isn't defined by their evil, but by their connections. Use relationships to reveal deeper layers of their character. Silco teaches us that the most terrifying villains aren't those who want to destroy the world. They're the ones who believe they're saving it. Remember the words of the legendary writer Neil Gaiman. The moment that you feel that, just possibly, you're walking down the street naked, exposing too much of your heart and your mind and what exists on the inside, showing too much of yourself, that's the moment you may be starting to get it right. For writers, creating a character like Silco isn't about making them likable, it's about making them undeniably, unforgettably human. Thank you for giving me your time today. Peace.